Good morning. So, this is a message for Divine Feminine on a twin flame journey. How to begin to shift that energy, how to begin to shift out of that toxic chasing, fear based energy into your divine feminine self, into your higher self, into your pure light. So this journey has come to serve us. It has come to teach us. So first of all, be lenient with yourself and understanding with yourself. The chasing is all part of it. It has to be there in order to give us contrast and from where we are to where we need to be. So all of that chasing energy and all of that toxic energy has come to give us contrast, has come to give us a push off point, and has come, the divine masculine has come to reflect to us the places that we are still not in sync with our highest self, with our divine self, with that beautiful inner divine feminine magnetic energy. So, first of all, be lenient with yourself and understand that that is part of the divine journey. So I know that a lot of times we're really hard on ourselves because we're in this chasing mode and we are upset with ourselves for being in that chasing mode. But when you understand that this is part of it, you can kind of let yourself a little bit off the hook because it has to be there in order for you to have a point of push off, a point where you are so out of whack with your inner being that it kind of spirals you into this massive spiritual awakening, which leads you back eventually to your highest self as you do the work and as you spiral and as you let go slowly and as you slowly bring that energy and the focus off of the divine counterpart and back into yourself and your true being. And so this is a process and it takes time because we are going through every single aspect of ourselves. And so what I really want to do is give you kind of a tip or a point in which to start, in which you can grasp and start to shift. Because the shifting, you have to be able to pull out of those loops. Because otherwise, you can spend your entire life looping on that compulsive behavior, and now understand that that obsessive behavior, that obsessive trait that you have, has also come to serve you because you have to have that obsessive trait to be able to even be on this spiritual journey. Otherwise, it would just get too difficult and you would leave it alone. But when you have that trait that you grab a hold of something and you have to spend it until it's completely spent. Now you have to go after the higher knowledge. You have to go after that enlightenment. You have to go after whatever it is that keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. It's that obsessive behavior, and that is what, in the end, that is a strength and a superpower that is going to lead you back to yourself if you allow and you let it lead you. And in the beginning, we don't even know what is ours and what isn't ours. We're so into the chase, and we're so also, not only are we into the chase, we're also out of our own mind. We're out of whack because we're thrown into this journey, and it's something that is so much larger than anything that we have ever known. It's mystical. We're thrown into not only the self work that we have to do and going through ourselves, and the divine masculine that we're chasing and that keeps on running, and the most pain and the most love and the most out of whack and the realizations and the horror of it. Like when you come over some of these stumps, you're like horrified at looking at yourself. Like you look in the mirror and you get a good taste of it. And sometimes you're horrified with your own self and you're embarrassed of yourself, but or ashamed of behaviors or ways that you have behaved or acted or any of those things. But as we slowly come over ourselves and as we slowly lift and align with ourselves, we start understanding that that had to have been there, that we are extremely, I don't want to use the word luck, privileged to overcome those behaviors because most most of humanity does not overcome themselves in those behaviors and continue being blind to themselves. So at least we are waking up and able, at least, it's not even at least, we have the privilege of waking up and seeing ourselves, even with all the pain that is in that initial reflection of ourselves. But at least we have the chance and the opportunity to make those changes and to shift in our life. So I really want to uh, give kind of a point of push off for the change to start pulling your, because I know there's a lot of videos out there that just pull the energy back to yourself. But what does that mean when you're in it? You can't. It's almost like they're speaking Martian to you, because what does that mean? Okay, pull the energy. I understand it. I can conceive it with my mind. Pull the energy back to me. It makes all sense. But when you are in that energy, how do you do that? Where do you grasp? Where's the anchor? What do you do? And something that you can do in the physical world, things that you can do that will lead you back to yourself and you'll start being able to release that constant. It'll start being easier and easier and easier. So first of all, meditation. I know that this is spoken about a lot, but it is an absolute anchor. Meditate. I heard once somebody say that if you don't have time to meditate a half an hour, then you need to meditate an hour. So, so if your life is so in chaos that you can't find time to meditate, meditation is exactly what you need, because life is a flow and an ease. And if you are in constant pressure that you can't even find in 24 hours, a half an hour to meditate, then something's out of sync. So meditate if you can, an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. If you can even do a half an hour in the morning. If you can't get into it right away, like you can't, sometimes it's fake it till you make it. And you can also find guided meditations online that are really good, that let each person teach what they're good at. And there are some people that are able to guide you straight into a deep meditation, and it can be a half an hour. um, just start putting that into your life. In the morning, it's the best as soon as you wake up, before you start your day, meditation, because you're still in that alpha mode. um, Another thing that and one of the most important things, the easiest way, is to start making small changes in your physical life. So if you have this imagined, because us on the twin flame journey, we do have these pictures in our mind, of these obsessive compulsive pictures in our mind of our highest timeline. That's why we're chasing, because we can see this higher timeline, and we can see ourselves in that higher timeline, in that magnificent life timeline. And if you start studying yourself in those higher timelines, and studying your life and what your life looks like, and you take it and you compare it to the life that you are living right now, um, you can start making small changes within your own life now that are towards that. Small changes, things that there's so many things that we think that we should do, better do, want to do, and that we don't do. And we can start making those in small increments. If you try to change something once a week, once a day, you will see, first of all, you'll start seeing change in your life. Second of all, you'll be changing the routine. You'll move something in your routine, and then your routine becomes flexible. Everything starts moving. You are also moving towards what you want, and you're starting to bring some power back to yourself in the physical world. And that can make all the difference, because even if you're in that chasing kind of energy that I know how it gets. It gets like, it's so much noise that it's like ringing, and it's vibrating so fast that you sometimes you just have to sit in a ball. Um, but once you start doing something in the physical world, something small, it doesn't have to be something magnificent, something small, you start feeling more powerful in your life. You start feeling like you have a life. You start feeling that you're sitting on top of some kind of accomplishment, that you are not just running and patching your life on the side. You're actually doing something to better your own life. And that starts bringing the energy back to you because you feel a sense of accomplishment. It makes you feel, even if you still are in that pain mode and you're still in that chasing mode, it gives you some kind of small incremental change in your life, some kind of taking the power back into your life and bettering your life. And especially if you add something in once a week or once a day or to change some kind of habit. um, it could be changing your food habit, changing any kind of habit, any kind of thing that you do as a ritual, adding something in that you like, or that you know that you like and you haven't enjoyed for a long time because you're on this journey and all of your attention is on the journey. Then you can begin to bring those things back in little increments. Even if in the beginning you don't enjoy it, and it doesn't bring you joy, it still feels empty, because when we're in that chasing mode, our own selves inside feel depleted and empty. So if you're still feeling empty, just start doing it as mechanical. And in the end, let's say if you make a change a day, or you do one thing to better a day, it could be as easy as opening up your closet and getting rid of clothes that you don't need. Get clutter out of your life. Start cleaning up your life. Start paying attention to yourself. Do something. Change. You could do a haircut. Uh, Shave your legs. I don't know. Do something that is in your life. And if you do something once a day, at the end of the week, you will look back and you will feel accomplished. Even if it's just something small, you will already be sitting on top of a pile of accomplishment. And that will already start bringing some of the focus and some of the energy back into your life. And it will make your life also more comfortable for you to sit in. Because that is the point. We are bringing all of our attention and focus back into ourselves and all the self love back to ourselves. And then we're looking inward, and then we're bringing our light outward from within, not looking outward trying to bring light onto us. It's exactly the opposite. So we are imploding. And so when you start bringing in little increments, things back to your own life, it empowers you and it makes you feel accomplished, and it starts some kind of momentum, some kind of movement in your life towards your higher goal and towards your higher self. And so those are ways that we can bring that energy back to us and trick ourselves into it's not even tricking ourselves. It's kind of like doing something mechanical in order to make that change, in order to make that shift, in order to start bringing that energy back to us. Then we already have the template of what it feels like to bring that energy back to ourselves. We already know the mechanism. So when we're ready, we can start pulling more and more of that energy back to ourselves until we have that get over 50%, and then you're thrown into yourself. Right? And you also get sick of it. You get sick of it. You get so sick of it. You get so sick of it that it doesn't even matter what's happening over there. At some point, when you're so far into it and you really indulge yourself in the chasing, you get over it. And then if you have been doing in small increments, bringing yourself like with tweezers back into your own life, you already have a base on which to move. You already have set some kind of ground level to build on. And your whole life isn't completely trashed and depleted by the time you pull your energy back to yourself and you're sitting in a pile of ashes. So at least you have some starts and some accomplishment, and it'll start building. Slowly you can bring that energy back to yourself and create that movement in your life. So Divine Feminine, I'm sending you so much love. Just so you know that inside of you is the most beautiful light flower that wants to come out and shine onto the world. And that is what this journey is here for. It is for you to come back into your beautiful self. If you are on this journey, you were chosen. You were chosen. Chosen, and I mean it in a way, not in an egotistical way, in a way of, wow, you are privileged. Take advantage of this. Work through it. Work through those energies. If you have been put on this journey, you can handle it. You're strong enough. You are enough. You are divine. You are of divinity. That's where it's leading us back to our divinity. And we are leading humanity out of the slumber, because when we're thrown into this journey, we wake up. It's we wake up, and it's like in the beginning, you're just grasping to breathe. But once you get it, and once you start understanding it, once you become totally aware, and once you come into the now, and you come into your full divine feminine, you begin to be a wayshower. You begin to awaken others just by coming into their presence, and you begin to be a wayshower of how it is done. And for that, you must do the work. Don't get caught in those loops. Now, I know it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Um, but it is doable. It is doable. We're all doing this together. We're all rising together. If you've noticed on online now, you can see divine feminines rising everywhere, coming together, bringing their own light, showing their own paths, bringing reassurance, bringing togetherness, community. We are in this together. We have been given this task, which is a divine task. And once you get into that task, all else is a given. It's, you are provided for. There is a need for you. There is a yearning for you. Humanity is yearning for that, for these wake up calls. So divine feminine, this is your calling. This is your time. It is now. And you can do this. You are strong enough. You are able. You are capable. You are lovely. You are beautiful, just as you are. It doesn't matter the other counterpart. Bring it back to you. Bring it back to you. Know your worth. Know your worth. You are lovely. Sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching.